The Sword's lament for the aurochs wails through 2006, heavy as extinction. Doom metal echoes a time when beasts roamed free, now just a riff in the fossilized groove of history.
Stephen Miller claims presidential plenary authority and Google searches explode. Turns out, the concept of unchecked power has a seductive allure, especially when democracy is treated like a buffet of convenient interpretations.
Palestinians sift through Gaza ruins seeking their lost loved ones, hope shattered.
The Mavericks release Come Unto Me, and it's all Tex-Mex flair, zero substance. A catchy tune that dances around the truth, pretending cultural appropriation is just a spicy garnish to sell more records.
A century of wisdom and warmth extinguished, while the world keeps spinning, oblivious to the quiet grace that truly held us together.
Prince William attends COP30 in Brazil, promises Earthshot Prize. Royalty jet setting to save the planet, because nothing says environmental commitment like flying halfway around the globe to discuss carbon footprints.
Keir Starmer greeted by 5,700 posters in Mumbai, as if trade deals need a Bollywood debut. Who knew international diplomacy required more selfies than substance? Next time, maybe throw in a dance number to really seal the deal.
In a world where words often outpace actions, a letter from Melania to Donald gets more press than the children's actual ordeal.
Trump launches revenge tour to reclaim spotlight, promises to rewrite history along the way. Because nothing says leadership like a nostalgia trip fueled by grudges and an ego the size of the national debt. Grab your popcorn, the circus is back in town.
Navan sets IPO price range, anticipates market cap of up to $6.5 billion. In the world of inflated valuations, the only thing rising faster than Navan's stock is investor delusion, fueled by promises of endless growth.
North Carolina Governor Josh Stein signs crime bill named for Irina Zarutska, promises it will fix everything. Because nothing screams comprehensive reform like slapping a name on a bill and hoping it magically solves crime. Next up, world peace by renaming the DMV.
Putin declares Trump too good for the Nobel Peace Prize, calls it a mere bauble. Ah, the Nobel Peace Prize, a trinket for mere mortals, not for the likes of our reality TV demigod. Perhaps they'll invent a new award. Best Supporting Actor in a Global Farce.
RFK Jr. lays off over 1,000 CDC employees, declares the agency finished. When leadership opts for self-destruction over self-reflection, the casualties are public trust and progress, leaving a trail of disillusionment and chaos.
Trump plans Middle East trip to meet released Israeli hostages, claims it's the cusp of peace. The art of peace building. Fly in for the photo op, declare victory, and hope no one notices the fireworks still going off in the background. Sustainable peace or just another episode in the reality show.
When nationalism masquerades as rebellion, the real trade-off is between unity and the illusion of control, a dance with echoes of history's missteps.
Trump administration
administration denies security grants to Muslim groups while claiming to promote religious freedom.
Only 0% of Gaza's leaders address malnutrition, while 55,000 preschoolers starve under the weight of empty promises. When political games leave kids fighting for crumbs, it's not just a war zone. It's a moral wasteland. Who knew peace treaties came with a side of child-sized hunger?
When a former PM consults with a financier turned infamous, the corridors of power echo with whispers louder than any public statement.
EU pledges €400 billion for Global Gateway, claims it will bridge more than just the fiscal abyss. Because who needs social programs or climate action when you can pave the way for a shiny new road to nowhere? This is what happens when infrastructure dreams are as inflated as the promises behind them.
Black metal band Mysticum releases LSD track claims it's mind expanding. When black metal meets psychedelics, you get a soundtrack perfect for contemplating the void while moshing in your living room.
Excite Fright Drops, Lightning Bolt, on Halloween, promises noise pop louder than your ex's excuses. Because nothing screams festive like a sonic assault that makes even the undead beg for earplugs, just in time for those who like their candy with a side of chaos.
Putin mocked Trump's Gaza peace deal, calling it a sandcastle in a hurricane. When the leader of Russia throws shade at your diplomatic efforts, you might want to rethink your strategy, or at least bring an umbrella.
Warner Music's CEO promises artist growth, then touts streaming's global reach. When the industry talks growth, it often means squeezing more from the same creative well, leaving artists
Cancer triggers cachexia, causing severe weight loss, and scientists still don't know why. When your body's fighting cancer and wasting away, the mystery remains why researchers are still scratching their heads instead of solving the riddle.
Governor Newsom blasts Trump with reality checks, then calls himself America's favorite governor. When your political strategy is trolling the commander-in-chief, you might be more interested in retweets than real governance.
Blonde Boy Shop sells custom tapes, promises stylish cassette players, but at what cost?
Social media influencers stage AI homeless man prank, then local authorities issue stern warnings. When your idea of comedy involves AI and homelessness, maybe it's time to recalibrate your moral compass, not your follower count.
When your solution to a budget crisis is borrowing more, it's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline.
Taliban cuts internet, plunges Afghanistan into communications blackout, claiming moral enforcement. When censorship is sold as virtue, truth becomes the first casualty, and silence becomes the loudest scream of all.
Mark Sanchez ousted from Fox booth due to stabbing incident, but it's unclear who got skewered.
When a sports star swaps the field for the mic, you'd hope the only things getting stabbed are juicy steaks, not reputations.
When your standalone plan is a coat of corporate paint, it's less a revolution, more a rerun.
High School X resurfaces, requests impossible favor after traumatic breakup. When ghosts from the past knock on your door with demands, it's time to double-check your emotional locks and deadbolts for sanity's sake.
Zelensky calls Trump twice in 2 days. Promises were made, none kept. When your dial tone sounds like déjà vu, it's not diplomacy. It's a long-distance relationship with reality.
Only 8% more soft drinks lead to higher depression odds, and Big Soda calls it a thirst quencher. When your cola comes with a side of existential dread, it's clear they've added a new ingredient, melancholy syrup.
When teaching history makes you a flight risk, it's clear the only thing soaring is the paranoia of power.
Trump posts message that could destroy Comey case, claims it was accidental. When the social media slip-up becomes a legal strategy, you know the defense is built on a house of tweets and contradictions.
Nobel Committee awards Maria Corina Machado Peace Prize, citing her fight for Venezuelan democracy against dictatorship.
When even the opera house gets stage fright, you know the script's gone off the rails. Silencing protest is a dangerous encore.
Figma vulnerability lets hackers execute remote code, but the patch is a click away.
Phillipson demands Starmer scrap two-child benefit cap, calls it economic liberation. When scrapping a policy feels like an uphill battle, it's proof politicians are more comfortable capping dreams than lifting ceilings.
OpenAI partners with AMD for 6 gigawatts of chips, leaving NVIDIA sidelined. When you're not invited to the power party, maybe it's time to question if your dancing skills, or your chips, are really all that.
NVIDIA's Taipei HQ stalled by land dispute, calling it strategic patience. When your AI empire is halted by a plot of land, it's like a supercomputer stuck on a dial-up connection, progress buffering indefinitely.
Trump and El-Sisi to chair Gaza summit, plan peace with a side of chaos. When the architects of division host a peace summit, expect more fireworks than resolutions, like asking pyromaniacs to guard the kindling.
When the watchdogs are muzzled by the very institutions they monitor, democracy isn't just on life support, it's in the morgue awaiting an autopsy.
K-pop track Wolf Desire drops, promises more howling than harmony. With all the subtlety of a neon wolf in sheep's clothing, this tune's more bark than bite, yet fans will still lap it up.
Companies overspend on AI by billions, fueling yet another bubble ready to pop. Tech bros are once again proving that throwing money at shiny algorithms doesn't guarantee returns, just more expensive disappointments.
Texas AG targets Discord after Charlie Kirk shooting, blames platform, not policies. Blaming a chat app for violence is like blaming keyboards for typos. It's a convenient distraction from addressing the real societal issues at play.
Russian gunmen approach Estonia border. NATO responds with lockdown and a sternly worded memo. When armed men knock on your door, a lockdown is the NATO version of hitting the snooze button on a geopolitical alarm clock.